Hey folks, the Fragrant Lawyer here. I'm a lawyer by profession, but a fragrance aficionado by passion. Today, folks, I have one of my great friends, Sammy. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So, folks, Sammy actually is a physicist by trade. He understands fragrances very well. He understands the making of them. He understands the notes, what goes into them. And one of his favorite houses is ByKilian. And that's what we're going to chat about today. He's brought a number of fragrances with him. I've added sort of two to it, and we're going to go through that. He's going to talk to you about the house, talk to you about the perfumers, and we're going to really get into some of the, I would say, fragrances that are not talked about a lot from this house. So again, welcome, Sammy, to the channel.
Thank you.
Tell me what are your thoughts on ByKilian? What draws you to this house?
So ByKilian bears the name of its founder, Kilian Hennessy.
Yes.
You may recognize Hennessy as, they're makers of French cognac. Back in 2007, he didn't want to be part of the family business. He wanted to do his own thing, and he decided to start a fragrance house. And he draws inspiration from different parts of his life, and one of those major inspirations is the family business. So you'll find a lot of scents are very liquor heavy.
Yes.
A lot of cognac and rums and whiskeys. I find this house not generic at all. You walk through a department store, every scent almost smells the same. This one is really unique.
Right.
All their scents are unique. You won't find anything like it out there in the market.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's you always have that, they have fragrances, that the liqueur section, a lot of fragrances are based on liqueurs, the cognac. There's there's a DNA to ByKilian fragrances that I really, really like. It's I don't want to call it sweetness, but it is maybe the liqueur. Yeah. They reflect things that we consume in everyday life.
Yep.
Chocolates, cacao, coffee, whiskey, these things, and they show up so beautifully in the fragrances from ByKilian. Yeah. So you brought 3 fragrances here today.
I did.
Why don't we start with the first one? We're gonna spray it, try it on. We're gonna chat about it. What's your first then?
The first one is Black Phantom.
Okay, folks, this is a classic fragrance. What are the basic notes? Like, how would you describe this fragrance?
So the way I would describe this fragrance is it is probably the most intoxicating scent I've experienced.
Okay.
You are hit right away with a lot of rum and cognac. But it isn't a very alcohol-y scent. It's not like a sharp alcohol. It's very sweet because it's got notes of sugar cane. But right away, you will smell chocolate and coffee, which gives it that very deep and dark and mysterious scent. As sort of the hours progress, the creamy sandalwood comes out, which really complements everything and sort of wraps things up very nicely at the end.
I get that too. So look, the stated notes, we've got rum, sugarcane, the dark chocolate that Sammy spoke about, coffee, caramel, almond, heliotrope, and sandalwood. To me, this is a special occasion scent. It's very romantic.
Yes.
Would you agree? What's your view on when you would wear this?
No, I only wear this when I'm feeling really confident.
Yeah.
And I would only wear this for special occasions, black tie events, weddings. I would wear this to a date night.
Right.
This projects very well. This is the type of scent you wear when you want to be noticed. This is not for the office. This is not an everyday scent. I wouldn't even wear this in the summertime. It can feel very suffocating, for lack of a better term, in the summertime. I think on a cool summer evening, you can get away with it. Definitely, it's a great fall-winter scent.
Now, would you say this is unisex? Which way does it lean, masculine or feminine?
I think it is unisex. I think it leans a little bit more masculine.
Yes,
though.
I agree. Yes.
The sandalwood is a little bit heavier. It's not a soft sandalwood. And again, the rums, the cognac, the chocolate, and the coffee, they're very dark and very, very heavy. I think it's a little bit more masculine.
I agree. Sammy, one thing on this, longevity. I found wearing Black Phantom, I would probably respray after about 6 hours or so. And maybe it's just me not smelling it on myself. I'm not sure. Yeah. How do you feel about longevity? Is it because we can't smell it on ourselves, or does it really fade away?
So I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
I found that the notes that you smell right away in the beginning, the one that really makes a scent attractive, the rum and the cognac, I find those tend to disappear relatively quickly.
Yes.
So I think that's why a lot of people think the longevity might not be as great as, you know, some of these other scents that might last 10 plus hours. And it's the sandalwood that you really smell, you know, past 6 hours.
Past 6 hours. The sandalwood, I think, maybe a bit of the almond as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
This is an amazing fragrance, folks. If you don't know about it, give it a try. This is Black Phantom. The next fragrance, Sammy, is one that probably is maybe more summer oriented than the last one. What do you have?
So I've got Moonlight in Heaven.
Tell me about this fragrance.
So this is part of what's called the Fresh Collection. The Fresh Collection are typically citrusy, sparkly liquors. They've even got, I think, 1 or 2 tea-based scents. This is a very happy, joyful scent.
Yeah, oh yes. To me, you've got a lot of citrus right off the bat. So the listed notes, folks, you've got lemon, grapefruit, you got pink pepper, heart notes, coconut, mango, rice. I don't smell the rice, but there's rice, jasmine, and sambac, or jasmine sambac, sorry. And the base, you've got tonka bean and vetiver. This is one, I have this fragrance as well. I do like it. I think, you know, all these fragrances are unisex, right? But I think this is sort of a masculine citrus based type of fragrance. Do you agree, or do you think women wear this as well?
I think I agree with you. It is unisex, but I tend to find it a little bit more feminine, only because of the coconut and the mango.
True.
It is a very, like I said, it's just a very light, easy, very fresh, joyful scent.
It is joyful. I remember when it came out, you're right, there was a couple of other bottles that sort of came out with this one, and I also picked this one up. They sort of said, look, you got to try this. I think that you know, Kilian himself was like pushing it on people. Let's give this a shot.
Yes.
To me, you know, I think this is a summer scent, and probably to me daytime. It's just a fun, pleasing fragrance, right? It's something that I think wear in the day.
Definitely.
You know, right? There is some feminine notes here, especially with the mango now. But I do think, I mean, I would wear it. I think it is quite unisex. As a lot of, you know, there's some fragrances like Dark Lord that they have, which I don't think women would want to touch that one.
Agreed.
I don't particularly enjoy that one myself. but this one here, you know, look, if a lot of people love the citruses. You know, we have citruses. We have, you know, Xerjoff Neo. You know, you've got some freshies like Bleu de Chanel, etc. But this is unique. This is something that sort of, it has the freshness, has the citrus that a lot of people don't know about. Yes. And you know, it is somewhat more expensive than those other ones. But I think you're going to be asked, what are you wearing with this?
Absolutely, yeah. I get a lot of compliments wearing this one.
Right.
But you're right. This is one that I typically wear in the spring, summer.
Yeah.
It is fun for a party. It's great for date night. You can wear it even just when you're running errands. You just want a pick-me-up where you're, you know, plowing through your list of things to do, and every now and then you get a whiff of it, and it gives you that little, you know, extra pep in your step.
I think, you know, you're on vacation, shorts, linen shirt, put that on by the ocean. Can't go wrong with something like this.
You got it.
Great choice for the summer. All right, Sammy, you brought the third one. It's honestly one that I have not smelt before.
Okay.
What's its name, and what can you tell me about it?
So not too many people know about this one. This one is called Typical Me, and it is actually probably my favorite scent of all time.
My goodness. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Tell me about the fragrance.
So this scent, the reason why I like it is, you know, I find to have a favorite scent, especially where you and I live just outside of Toronto, you need a scent that's very versatile.
Yes.
One that you can wear all year round, one that you could dress up or dress down. And this one in particular is part of what's called the Narcotics Collection. So the Narcotics Collection has a base of florals. And this one right away, when you take a first smell, you are getting plum.
Yes.
I know there are a few folks that say there's peach in there. I think the plum is a little overpowering. So you smell the freshness of the plum, which I think helps someone wear the scent throughout the spring and the summer. In the middle note, you've got rose, and that's the floral scent. Mm-hmm. But it's not a sweet rose. It's a very deep and dark and rich rose, which gives it that sense of elegance. So you can kind of dress up the scent to, say, a wedding or an elegant party like a gala. And vanilla is the final scent that I smell here.
Yes.
And vanilla gives it that heaviness where you can sort of wear throughout the fall and the winter. Again, that's why I think this is a really versatile scent. You can wear it throughout the year, spring, summer, fall, and winter. You can wear it as you're running an errand, or you can wear it when you're going to a gala and you need something that smells elegant.
I can see why, Sammy, this is your favorite fragrance, and I have not smelt this before, but I need to obviously get my hands on it. So the full name, it is, and we're going to try this, we're going to butcher this, is the French name. It is Liaison Dangereuse, I think, and we call it typical me, so that's how we refer to it. The official notes here, peach and plum, as you mentioned, the plum being quite dominant, blackcurrant and coconut. I'm getting quite heavily the plum and the coconut, and I smell the peach too.
Yeah.
Middle notes, rose, geranium, ambrette, and cinnamon. And the base notes, musk, sandalwood, there's oak moss, some woods, vetiver, and vanilla. To me, this is an all year round fragrance because I think, I'm getting the vanilla and the, pretty well at the beginning, even though I get it, it's at the base. With that type of note, the vanilla, some of those woods and the rose, you can wear this in the colder months.
Yes.
But then with the peach and plum and the coconut, you can wear this in the summer as well.
Absolutely.
So to me, I think this is a fragrance that could be worn all year round. Now, I think it's more of an evening fragrance. I'm not sure if you would wear this in the day because it is quite seductive, actually. I find, I think it's very unisex. To me, it slightly leans feminine. Yep. But on your skin, it might be different. Everybody's skin, it could be very different. I'm going to try this on my skin, actually. I know it's going to take some time, but I do have another one on, but I'll put it over here. And I'm just going to let it sit on my skin as well. And it'll probably, as we go through some more fragrances, that I'll start commenting more about it.
Absolutely.
But it's very, it's a very agreeable fragrance. Like it's not a fragrance that is oody and nothing. I love my ouds.
Me too.
But it is not tobacco. It is just a clean, all the notes that we described are very pleasing. So it's a very clean and pleasing fragrance.
Yeah, it's not overpowering at all. I do agree with you. I think it is unisex, but I think it leans a little bit more on the feminine side.
Yes.
But it is just a very, like you said, clean, easy smell.
Well, I've got it on my skin, and we'll come back to it. So we've got a couple more fragrances to go through, but I want to come back to how I feel about this one because it's on my skin. Now, there's two more fragrances that I have brought to the show that are not talked about a lot. Let's turn to them. All right, Sammy. So I have brought two fragrances here for us to smell as well. So look, I was thinking which ones to bring. And I didn't want to bring, the Angel Share, which really everybody knows about, Straight to Heaven Extreme, which is one of my favorites, but I think it's discontinued. So I figured, let me bring two fragrances here to talk about that aren't talked about a lot, that are really good quality ByKilian fragrances, but aren't talked about a lot. So the first one here is Intoxicated. Now this one, in my opinion, is truly intoxicating. I'm just going to spray it on and take a bit of a whiff of this one, and I'll do the same. To me, this is really a woody, chocolatey, cacao, coffee type of fragrance.
Yes.
The stated notes, so we've got aldehydes, bergamot, cardamom, and coffee, as I said. Mid notes, geranium, ginger, nutmeg, and tobacco. And base notes, coumarin, fir, balsam, marshmallow, patchouli, sugar, and vanilla. So I recently did a video on sort of top winter fragrances, and it wasn't number one. It was higher up, on it, but it was one of those that I actually selected for the winter, because I see, because of the chocolate and and the cardamom, the tobacco, I find it's really nice for the winter.
Yes.
It is called Intoxicated. I actually find it very intoxicating, and on the skin, it's really, really nice. What do you think? You smell. What do you think of this one?
I am smelling coffee and cardamom. Yeah. This is reminding me a lot of Turkish coffee.
Yes. Yeah.
Which a lot of people have said this smells similar to. People anywhere, even if you're not a coffee drinker, they love the smell of coffee. They love the smell of fresh ground coffee, and I am getting Turkish coffee because of the cardamom. This is a heavier scent. I would wear this in the winter. I would stay away from the hot summer months. This again would be a little bit suffocating. Yes. But this is a very, as the name is, it's an intoxicating scent.
Yeah, I find there's some little bit. The chocolate notes are a little dry. It's like getting a dry dark chocolate, you know, sort of. I know it's a winter fragrance, but sort of a desert feel with it.
Yep.
And truly intoxicating. It is a heavy cardamom base, and I think because we're getting the top notes, right? And there's a lot of cardamom in this. I can say as it dries down, you know, the patchouli comes out, the sugar and vanilla. You know, I don't know if younger people would be particularly attracted. When I say, you know, younger, you know, I think people under 30 may not be particularly attracted because of sort of the dryness to it, the patchouli. Yeah. But it's just simply outstanding. In my opinion, I know I categorize it in winter, but I think this could be signature fragrance worthy, Intoxicated. This, you know, if say, look, I'm going to wear one fragrance, some people could be very attracted to this because it sort of fits the bill. You know, 2-3 sprays, you're okay for the office. You go out at night, 4 or 5 sprays. Yep. I think, you know, it's very sexy in that way, and it's also quite powerful. In my opinion, this one is unisex, but I tend to, despite the chocolate, I think it leans a little more masculine.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
It is a little bit heavier, and I think because of that, it leans a little bit more.
Would you wear this one?
I absolutely would.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, this is a great scent. I agree with you. This is a signature scent, and mostly because it is unique. You can't really find anything that's like this, the combination of the coffee, the chocolate, and the cardamom. And there's a lot of scents out there that have those combinations, but the way that they've sort of figured this one out in this bottle it's very unique.
You know, there's that one Mugler Amen. I maybe there's some similarities, but I just think this is way better quality. This is obviously niche level and has a little more punch to it, a little more masculinity to it. Very good. So this is Intoxicated, and I brought one more fragrance. Let's go to that one. All right, Sammy, the last fragrance I brought here is Back to Black. Now, there's a reason for that. I haven't worn this fragrance in a long time. I just haven't really found the occasion to. This was my wedding fragrance back in 2012. This is what I wore to my wedding. I went through a lot to decide on this, and I found, you know, it's from the aphrodisiac, I guess. They released a bunch at the time, and this is supposed to be the aphrodisiac. So let me spray it, then I'll go through the notes, and let me know what you think of this one. So, you know, tobacco, honey, powder, these are what I get right off the bat. The stated notes here, bergamot, cardamom, coriander seed, raspberry, and blue calamine. Heart notes, honey, olibanum, cedarwood, vetiver, patchouli, and moss. And the base notes, tobacco, amber, cistus, ladamum, almond, and vanilla. So lots of notes, and which is, you know, it has more notes than the other ones that we've talked about today. Yes. To me, it's just not an everyday fragrance. This is just, it's sort of not raunchy, it's smooth, but to me it's like that sexy aphrodisiac type of fragrance that you'd wear it on a date where, you know, if you're going out, you want some action, or your wedding. Like, what's your views on this one?
So this is a very complex scent.
Yes.
Very complex. I'm smelling the raspberry right away.
Right.
So you get that sweetness and sourness of the raspberry, and there is a lot of honey. A lot of, I smell the richness of the honey and the dryness of the tobacco.
Yes.
This is a really, really intoxicating scent.
Yes.
It is, again, people ask me what's your second favorite Kilian scent. I would have to say Back to Black is my second.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And, you know, it used to be talked about a long time ago because it's an older one. People don't mention it too much. But I'm telling you, you know, for example, New Year's Eve, you're going out or you're with a loved one, this is Back to Black would be a good one to put on.
Definitely.
And I do think it's unisex. I know a lot of women who wear it too, but again, these fragrances, they change on your skin. Like on me, you know, there's the honey, but the tobacco comes out as well. Yeah. Maybe on women, you get a little bit more of the powdery and maybe vanilla and ladamum for them. Oh, yeah. But to me, I just love it. I did wear it today. Honestly, I haven't worn it in years. And when I was thinking about, okay, I'm not going to bring down angel shares straight to heaven. What else could I bring that's so interesting that I could get your view on? And this was the one to do. Again, my wedding day scent. So I want to get back to the first one, Typical Me.
How's it like on your skin?
Oh, absolutely. Just smell this here. Yeah, absolutely smooth. I still
smell the plum.
Yeah, I still have that fruit and the coconut there, but it's more masculine on me than I thought it would be.
Okay.
Very, very good choice. I can see 100% why this was your top fragrance to go to.
one.
Well, and you know, I want to guys tell you a little bit about Sammy as well. He's a great guy. I've known him for many years, and not just in his through his work as a physicist, and you know, he used to do. I guess those forensic assessments for me, when, you know, when there's accidents, and you would do the sort of the people's evaluation and movement evaluation, but a great, wonderful human being, a good family man. And I know you act as a foster parent for children. He's done that. Both him and his wife are just genuinely very nice human beings, and I'm so happy you came on our channel, and
It's a pleasure.
pleasure to see you again, and welcome to my home where I film. So folks, there you have it, an amazing expert, Sammy. We've talked about some top scents from ByKilian. He's described the house. And folks, if you liked the video, please comment. I'll be interested to know what you thought of the guest and what you thought of the fragrances that we picked as well. Please follow, please like, and please follow us on our other channels at TikTok and Instagram and Facebook as well. Stay safe, everybody, and look forward to seeing you all soon. The Fragrant Lawyer, out.